Tonight on SFL Fan Night, it's one of the SFL's greatest rivalries. Tallahassee and Carolina would tell you it is the rivalry. It's the 10th meeting between the Tallahassee Pride and the Carolina Skyhawks from Raleigh, North Carolina. Who will get the edge to start Season 10? It's the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch TV, and it starts right now. Welcome to North Carolina. Alongside Jermaine Smith, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. It's one of the league's best rivalries, Tallahassee and Carolina. And you're watching it LIV. Toss just around the corner. You all know who's a part of this matchup. Frank Good, Tallahassee, James Klein, Carolina. Team owners, Christian Christensen, Ken Gossett, Alex Bond, Mark Biddix, AJ Francis, Mark Strike. So many names that we know and love, and that each other love to hate. No stabbing in the chat room, Steve. Please, tonight. We head down the field with a coin toss.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Heads.
Destro's alongside with me tonight. How you doing, Destro?
I'm doing very well, and yourself?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We are all set up. Carolina's gonna get the ball to start the game. Tallahassee in the all-whites tonight for, I want to say, the first time ever. I don't think I've ever seen Tallahassee in all-white. Let's kick it. We're underway. Richard Douglas providing that kickoff, and from the 12-yard line, Carolina on the return. That's Mark Strike, and Strike is cut down at the 30. Anthony Wyo created these uniforms for Tallahassee. Destro, you are a uniform don't know how to say it nicely, but you're a stickler for them. What do you think of these Pride unis here?
They look pretty good. I think it's the first time in the 5 seasons they've been in, or the 4 or 5 seasons they've been in, that they've had some good uniforms.
Wow, we've only played 4 seconds and you're already going to anger people in the chat. First and 10 at the 30. The handoff's going to go to Francis on a counter. And AJ Francis is past midfield. 40, 35, 30, and is brought down to the 25-yard line. Carolina making a statement right out of the gate.
Yeah, it looks like he went from a counter to the left-hand side, off the tackle, and got a great gain right here. And pursuit here, number 24, made a tackle. Good stuff.
That was Kenny Stokes bringing him down. Stokes had an interception in the preseason, non-contract corner. A couple of teams around the league electing to go with non-contract corners here as of late. First and 10 at the Tallahassee 25. And Biddix will drop back to pass. That pass is caught inside the 15, inside the 10. Pushing forward to the 5 is Sam Scott at tight end for another Carolina first down.
It looks like Carolina's coming out. They're ready to play ball tonight. 2 plays, driving down the field. Yeah, they came to ball tonight.
So Carolina quickly moving the football down the field. First and goal, back to pass Biddix. Biddix has a good pocket, checks it down, avoiding a couple of tackles, but then running into another was Mark Strike. Bringing him down was Taquan Hale, the star defensive end.
Now, the key to the game is when you catch the ball, you're supposed to run forward. You can't run backwards. The key is to run forward, not backwards.
Second and goal at the 6-yard line, well said. Carolina in the traditional white helmets, red jerseys, blue pants with the white lightning bolts down the side. And on Francis, stretch play running left, and this time he's bottled up. Michael Sprouse is the man to bring him down. Let's meet the Carolina starting offense. The receivers on the outside, number 12, Jalen Miller. Mark Strike, number 13, and Tristan Diaz, number 16, are the three-star wideouts. A.J. Francis, of course, is the tailback, and the quarterback is Mark Biddix. 3rd and goal, Carolina. They want to get a touchdown out of this. Biddix going to run! Touchdown, Carolina! What a play by Mark Biddix! Unbelievable!
Man, that was a great play because what happened was you see the defense, they went back a little bit. They was guarding their defenders, the receivers, excuse me, and then the quarterback saw opportunity to run it in.
Wow. 8:53 to go in the first, and on a quarterback scramble, Mark Biddix with the touchdown. Sensational. And Tallahassee has got to be wondering what hit him, because they have dominated Carolina in the past, and Carolina is going to be the first to tell you, as that extra point from Ezekiel Klein is good, that 1-11 season has been haunting them on message boards and in chat rooms, and that's all they've heard, Destro, over the last 3 months. They're sick of it.
That's right. You know, they hear all the smack talking all the last few days. They say, you know what? We're going to come out here. We're going to show them what time it is. So we're going to score in 2 or 3 plays, 4 plays, and then now it's time to kick the ball off, and we'll see what Tallahassee, if they can answer or not.
You're watching the SFL's 10th season, presented by APM Music. Right here on Twitch, on the return, Tallahassee speared down at the 29-yard line. That's Billy Joe Black, the non-contract receiver, returning kicks. Let's meet the Tallahassee Pride offense. Christian Christensen is the quarterback. Fullback, star fullback, number 22, Caleb Connolly. The running back is Jake Iniola. The receivers on the outside, number 14, Duke Wilson, who had the sensational catch against Indy in the preseason. Number 84, the veteran, Ken Gossett. 1st and 10 for the Pride, already down 7-0 at the 29. Hand off to Iniola, and Iniola's wrapped up for a gain of just 1. Phil Hall on the tackle. Defense for Carolina, cornerback Pierre Luandula is number 21. His other corner on the opposite side, Greg Reedy, number 37. The linebackers, Phil Hall and Jay Bolt. On the defensive line, Christopher Colon, as the handoff goes to Iniola, and he finds some space. That's a first down to the 40, and actually that's the fullback, Caleb Connolly, picking up the first down. He has a burst of speed.
And that was a great play. They was in a 3-receiver formation. They spread them out, but they'll cut to the little trap play in the middle and get yourself good yardage.
Connolly, nicely done. Another tackle for Phil Hall here early on. And for Phil, he's got a couple tackles here quickly on Tallahassee's opening drive. 8 minutes to go alongside Jermaine Smith. I'm Cameron Irvine here on SFL Fan Night on Twitch. 7-0, Carolina's up. 4 receiver set for Christensen. Will throw for the first time today. Almost sacked. That pass is caught short. He had to get rid of that one, as that pass caught by Wes Turner. Did not get to mention the safeties for Carolina's defense. Giovanni Bolt, strong safety, number 31. Free safety is Sir Chappelle, number 24. 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line. Christensen out of the empty again here. Both Iniola and Connolly have a carry on the first drive as Tallahassee's moving. Christensen, far side, one-handed, hauled-in catch by Gossett to bring up 3rd down and 2.
That's good play. Every time anything else fails, go with the out route.
Well, if you're watching us for the first time, this is what the SFL is all about. Teams are owned, coached, and played for by SFL members. You have 12 stars to a team with a salary cap. Teams submit game plans attempting to win each week. All games are streamed and archived in HD with commentary. This is a blend of competitive esports and casual gaming. As Christensen on a 3rd down and 2 goes long, it's picked off at the 30, 40, 45. Made a man miss up to the 49-yard line. That's Giovanni Bolt, and he lightnings up the field. Oh, and Bolt is hurt at the end of the play.
Yeah, great play by Bolt. Looked like the pass was thrown like double coverage over there. He capitalized it, and he ran down a few yards, but unfortunately, he's going to be down for a while. Hopefully he's not down for the entire game.
Pass intended for Duke Wilson, and I don't think Tallahassee can afford to lose a star player here, especially this early in the game against this tough Tallahassee Pride team. But Carolina's got all the momentum right now. There you look at Francis's early numbers. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 7-0 Skyhawks. What a start for Carolina. Out of the eye, Mark Biddix. Number 17 hands it off Francis. Francis coming middle. And he's stuffed after a pickup of 2. Tackle made by Danny Atkins. And we pause for a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls.
2nd and 8. Biddix is sacked.
Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
So a loss of 2 yards, 3rd down and 10. That sack comes from Hunter Norwood, one of 4 defensive linemen that are stars on this Tallahassee roster. We'll get to those stars in a moment and get Destro's take on that star lineup, star risk for Tallahassee. 3rd down and 10. Biddix back to pass, press coverage. Biddix picked off on a deflection. Alex Bond. 1st and 10 to the 36 coming the other way. Biddix forced the action, and Alex Bond gets the takeaway for Tallahassee, one of their most prized acquisitions mid-season. And Bond benefits off the deflection. That was Anthony Wyo who came in coverage to knock that one away.
And see, we expect that coming from Tallahassee. They have those 4 down linemen. They expect to give pressure onto the quarterback, and so that the quarterback can make those interceptions. So good job by Bond, Alex Bond.
5:57. I see what you did there, Destro. 5:57 to go in the first. Hand off to, oh boy, Eniola got smacked. Or was that Connolly? They're going to trip me up on that all night. Connolly on the carry, and Matt Campbell, the non-contract inside linebacker, makes the play. So what do you think of the 4 down linemen, all stars on this squad?
I like it. It's very unique. I've never seen it at all ever in the SFL's history, 10-year seasons, and it's unique, and we're going to see what happens because, hey, four down linemen, they need to put pressure on the quarterback, and from that first drive, that's totally unacceptable. So we'll see. Maybe they're just warming up now, and hopefully later on throughout the game, they'll be able to put pressure on the quarterback and force Christensen to throw. Force Biddix to throw interceptions.
Eniola on the carry picked up just 1. It's now 3rd down and 8. Quick stat check. Christensen 2 of 3 for just 9 yards and a pick. Eniola's got 2 carries, 2 yards. Not much there. Connolly's been the most effective offensive weapon. 3rd down and 8. Christensen going middle of the field. Pass caught by Gussie. 1st down to the Carolina 43. Biggest play of the night for Tallahassee's offense as they exploit the middle of the field. Post route there from Ken. 4:45 to go in the first. Ball at the Carolina 43. 7-0 Tallahassee in the all whites tonight. Yellow and purple trim on SFL Fan Night. Make a look. Counter. Eniola stuffed. Combined tackle by David Gibbs and Matt Campbell again. And Eniola's had no room to run. A loss of 2 will bring up 2nd and 12 for the Pride. Still down 7-0.
It looks like Carolina's going after that line. They're going to shut down that running game, I believe. Looks like Tallahassee's going to have to win in the air.
3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, and a handoff goes to Connolly. Connolly up the middle on a 2nd and long and picked up 6. Now Tallahassee's going to run no huddle. Connolly is picking up good yardage on the ground. That's now 3 carries for 16 yards. Same look here on 3rd and 6. They're going to pass. Christensen, 7-step drop. Got to get rid of it. Does finally. Deep down the middle of the field. In double coverage. Pass is almost caught off the deflection by Wilson. But at the end of the day, Eugene Barker at strong safety was able to get his paws on it. And Tallahassee's drive going to stall out.
Once again, it looks like it's throwing in double coverage, and you just cannot do that at all in this game. This game is just, guys, it's easy to get an interception in this game, so therefore they have to be careful, be mindful, and if you can't make the completion, just throw it out of bounds.
The 1-bar face mask for Howard McCoy out there doing the punting for Tallahassee tonight with the Pride down 7-0, 3:40 to go in the first. This punt's going to bounce inside the 10, down to the 5, down to the 3, and officially down to the 4. Nice special teams play by R.J. Manley, and that's going to force Carolina to go the length of the field.
Yeah, it looks like McCoy there with that one single mask. Well, he's trying to have a throwback, like he's Joe Theismann or something. Sorry, y'all. That was a Redskin reference. My apologies.
1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Handoff going to go to Francis, and Francis lost 2. So 2nd and 12 now back at the 2, and I believe that was Mike Johnson in on the tackle. So now that we have a minute, here's the 4-star lineman as part of the starting defense for Tallahassee. Number 74, Hunter Norwood at defensive tackle. Mike Johnson, number 98, defensive tackle. The 2 ends are Tyquan Hale, number 91, and Kevin Bain, number 95. They go along with Michael Sprouse at corner, Alex Bond at strong safety, and Anthony Weil at free safety. Here goes Francis again off that left side, and Francis is going to pick up 10 yards. Francis 55 yards on 5 carries, and they are running him left a lot tonight, Destro. See any reason as to why that's having success?
Well, with 4 defensive linemen, he shouldn't be able to run the ball at all. He shouldn't have 55 yards already, and it's early in the game. But a great call by them. They ran the F-Wings Joker. They're running to the left on the outside, pulling the guard. So, if it keeps working, keep on running it.
3rd down and 2, 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Final game of a 7-day slate here at SFL headquarters, but everything hummed as it should have here in week 1 as the handoff goes to Francis, and Francis is dropped in the backfield. A 2.5-yard loss. What a play by Mike Johnson. He came out of nowhere, which I don't even know how that's possible.
They're going to have to do that all night long. Like I said, Frank Gooden, he's got 4 down linemen. He's paid good money for them, and he expects to have that shut down every single time.
They call him Fats Johnson, making the play as Carolina kicks it away. Tallahassee from the 40, going to get excellent field position here as the return comes from Kenny Stokes up to the Carolina 37-yard line. If somebody gave you the nickname Fats, Destro, would you like it or hate it?
Well, I am fat, so I can't really hate on it. I can get mad, but it's what it is, right? But I tell you what, I wouldn't have anybody named Fats over my house, eat me out of my home, empty my refrigerator and whatnot.
2:03 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Carolina. Tallahassee's got the ball in pretty good scoring position. 4 receivers, 3 off the left side. Christensen back to pass. Christensen almost got sacked. That pass caught by Gossett. Turns the corner. Gossett 20 down to the 16-yard line with 1:57 to go in the first quarter. Nice play by Ken Gossett as he works his way down the sideline.
Once more, I tell you, they're going to find success with that out route. With Ken Gossett, ran to the left, got the out route, caught the ball, ran for another 10 yards down the field. Good stuff.
Phil Hall chasing him. Chappelle was on the tackle. So Gossett has definitely been the top target down the field. Haven't heard much yet from Duke Wilson. The last time they tried to target him, ball was picked off in the middle of the field. I formation, Connolly's the middle of the eye, back to pass Christensen against the late blitz. And now settling into maybe a zone. That was an interesting play there as that pass is caught by Trevor Swain. I thought for sure, Destro, they were coming in on a blitz, but they settled on the shallow route. We have not yet seen Tallahassee try to check down to the backs.
Well, I think they're going to have to mix it up with this team. This team's ready to go. As we said earlier, they're coming out and firing all 4 cylinders. And so they're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
The Pride have weathered things quite a bit. It's 2nd and inches at the 7. They're 7 yards away from tying the game. Hand off to Iniola. First down and more. Iniola inside the 5. Down to the goal line. Stopped short by Chappelle. And Iniola gets his best run of the night for a Tallahassee first down.
For what it looked like, they ran my favorite play, the counter tray. Ran to the left side, got some pulling guard and tackle. Got a few blocks. And now he's got to punch it in.
69 viewers out there. Shout out to everybody who's here. Alex Bomb 45, Kenny G, and many others we'll get to later in the night. Connolly, they gave it to him. Touchdown, Tallahassee for the fullback. So we've got a quarterback scramble touchdown, and we have a fullback touchdown here in the first quarter. Did he get in here?
Who knows? They might challenge it. You just got to see.
That was pretty close. And no challenge flag out of Tallahassee, or out of Carolina. That's surprising.
Yeah, they should at least try it.
Yeah, I didn't see an angle in which he got in, but Connolly gets his first career touchdown, and Tallahassee's kick is good. So Connolly with 4 carries for 17 yards and a touchdown. Iniola, 4 carries for 6 yards. The fullback actually the more effective runner here, which if I'm Ryan Moats over in San Francisco, got to play tomorrow night. I'm pretty happy to see that. Shout out. Go ahead, Destro.
Oh, see, I'm looking forward to seeing Ryan Moats build. He has a unique build over in San Francisco, and I want to see how that pans out.
Chris Curtis and Fletcher on the call there tomorrow night. Mark Strike returns up to the 38-yard line. Shout out to C. Pundy, Realist Since, CC25Y, Steel Panther 1986, Gridiron King, Volcano 4, True Shot Collar, and many others of you who are in the chat tonight taking in some SFL action. I don't know who won between the Saints and the Panthers. I don't even know. That's how good the SFL action was earlier today. 1st and 10 at the 28. Hand off to Francis again. Francis getting around the left side of that line. Picks up 8 yards, and got to credit this Carolina offensive line. They're holding their own.
Like I said, they keep running the F wings Joker formation and running that left side. That left side, it seems like there's a weakness. And Pride, they need to do something. They got 4 down linemen. They must stop this run because they're going to do it all night until they're able to stop it.
Likely the final play of the quarter, and Carolina's going heavy set here with Strike, bottom of the screen, back to pass, and they're going to flip it out. Oh, nearly a pick, but a beautiful play to the outside to Francis. 1st down all the way to midfield, as that one was a dangerous ball from Biddix, but it works.
Yeah, that was a great play calling out of the power eye formation, little swing pass to the right-hand side. Got yourself a 1st down.
That's the end of the 1st quarter here on the SFL on Twitch. And we're back in a moment. First down for Carolina after the nice pass from Biddix. Mark Biddix is 3 of 4 for 43 yards, and of course has that rushing touchdown. Francis has 61 yards on 7 carries. Biddix back to pass. Look at the line. Look at Biddix take off and run. Mark Biddix picks up 8 yards, and Fats Johnson ended up bringing him down at the end of that play, but Biddix's ability with his feet is impressive.
They have got to put pressure on this quarterback. If not, the quarterback's going to throw on him or he's going to take off running. This is a scrambling quarterback. That's what he's built to be. And if they do not put any pressure on him, he's going to take off. It's going to be guaranteed yardage.
2nd down and 2. Carolina's offense has been impressive, but it's still a 7-7 game. Tallahassee holds their own. Hand off Francis, breaking the tackle. Francis up to the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down for Carolina. So, Destro, Carolina has been a franchise for a long time. James Klein took over, I believe it was season 4, and they've gotten the playoffs once. They played this Tallahassee Pride team, lost in that game, but this team has been trying to dig their way out of the lower rungs of the standings. Get your thoughts as to where they've been in their travels throughout their franchise's history. Francis off the right side this time, picks up another 6 yards. Bolt is done for the night with an arm injury. He'll be back next week as Francis continues to pile up the yardage, 9 carries, 74 yards.
Yeah, Carolina's always been an underachiever. Yes, they made the playoffs the season before last, and with the help of Shan Varner when he took over that team, and took over the play calling for both sides. Too. Yeah, Andy as well. My apologies. But yeah, they've been underachieved. But hey, you know what? It's New Year, and we'll see what they can do. So far, looking good right now.
2nd and 4 on the counter. Here's Francis. Oh, and they mark him short of the 1st down. He dragged that linebacker, Jeff Eaton, and Eaton got eaten. 3rd and inches.
And I like this play calling too because, like I said, Tallahassee has 4 down linemen. They're coming out. Carolina's coming out with jumbo packages, and they're running a lot of counter plays so they can cause a lot of misdirection, confusion.
3rd and inches. 8:56 to go in the 1st half. Hand off to Francis on a stretch. Got the 1st down. Wasn't easy. He had to stretch that one out pretty far. But to Carolina at the 24-yard line, knocking on the door of another touchdown and most certainly in scoring position. That is the 11th carry for A.J. Francis. 79 yards against this tough front 4. And Biddix is 3 of 4 for 43 yards and has 2 rushes for 14. 4 receivers for Biddix. Now they run out of shotgun. No gain, and Taekwon Hale stuffed that one up. But honestly, liked the idea there by Carolina. I thought for sure they were going to pass.
Well, I think they shouldn't pass. They should go with what's been working. Run the jumbo packages, the F-wing jokers, the power I, and just run it down their throat. They can't stop it. Continue to run it.
Well, here you go. There's now 10 in the box for Carolina, and they're going to set up a screen to Francis. Francis got a block, 20-15. Francis first down to the 13-yard line. Bond brought him down on 29-on-29 crime, but Francis doing it in the passing game as well. That screen setup was perfect.
Well, that's good because the defense came. They were sucked in the box, 10 in the box, so therefore they was able to kick out the running back to the right-hand side. He gets the swing pass, go up the field, guaranteed first down.
Kenny Stokes got blocked up. 7:54 left in the first half, and both offenses have been very impressive. A.J. Francis now has 114 all-purpose yards. Jalen Miller, the former Sioux Falls Sparrow, has not caught a pass, neither has the rookie Diaz and Mark Strike has 1 catch for -1 yards. Those are the Carolina receivers tonight, as Francis picks up 3. If I'm Carolina, that's maybe a bit of a concern that it's basically the Mark Biddix and A.J. Francis show, but are you concerned, Destro, if you're Carolina?
I wouldn't be concerned at all. Like I said, it's keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, the guys, Baldy's hurt right now, but it's okay because as long as your offense is on the field and they're killing the clock and they're scoring with these jumbo packages, and it's success right now.
Francis not successful there. Tallahassee read that one. Loss of 4, going to bring up 3rd down and 11, and now they are going to need their receivers to step up. Michael Sprouse makes the tackle, read it perfectly.
It was like number 25. He had Spouse. He was out in the zone. He was waiting for it 2 plays ago. They ran that swing pass. He was sitting there waiting for him, and he made the tackle.
Biddix almost out of habit threw it out there, but that was never open. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 11 out of the gun with Francis to his right. Tallahassee with the 4-down lineman and press coverage on the line of scrimmage. 6:40 to go. Carolina, Tallahassee all knotted up at 7 on SFL Fan Night. Biddix off his back foot, fires, it's dropped by Francis. He was wide open, he was going to walk in the end zone.
There's no excuses. Right there, it went to your hands, you're right there in the end zone. All you had to do was make the catch and just fall in the end zone. But he didn't do it, so now they have to kick field goal.
Not sure how Biddix saw him late as he was scrambling away from pressure. But Tallahassee does not, I don't believe, do they have a sack here in the first half, Jermaine?
I believe they do. They got 1 sack.
Okay.
Yes, I believe they do.
Okay, so they got 1, but by and large haven't been able to force a ton of pressure. 30-yard field goal, bad snap, but no pressure on the kicker. Smooth as butter. Field goal good from the 30 or from 30 yards away, and Carolina's back up 10-7. Now a word from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
So Black returns it out to the 29-yard line, joined by Jermaine Smith. I'm Cameron Irvine here on the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. 3 receivers for Christensen. He's 5 of 7 for 57 yards. The handoff goes to the fullback, Connolly. Carolina was ready for it, but really liked that misdirection there by Iniola. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8, and that is I believe the 5th carry for Caleb Connolly.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Christensen. I might just give him a nickname, call him Dub C, and call it a day.
2nd down and 8 at the 31. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Carolina's up by a field goal, trying to get just their third victory in 10 tries against the Pride. Christensen back to pass, going long. Christensen wide open, and he dropped it. Oh my goodness, the rookie Duke Wilson dropped the easiest touchdown he's going to have all year. Unbelievable.
You cannot drop passes like that. Those things will get you off the field. You'll be walking back to the arena or walking back to the dressing room, getting undressed for dropping passes like that. Unacceptable.
Oh man, I can't believe that one was almost worse than the Francis drop. He was all alone, nobody was on him. 3rd and 8. Christensen can't believe it. He takes a high snap, drops it back out. Oh, he throws it right back to Wilson. Turns the corner to the 49-yard line. Talk about confidence in your receivers as Christensen goes right back to him.
Well, at least he had redeemed himself a little bit. He had a little out route there, made a catch, went up the field about 15, 20 yards, and that's what he has to do. I'm glad they went back to him so they didn't lose confidence in himself.
That throw was perfect. Looked like the throw that Jared Goff made the other night, right over the hands of Greg Reedy to the far side. 1st and 10 at the 49. And Tallahassee is in Carolina territory again, and this has been a phenomenal ball game, at least the best first half I've seen this week. Christensen to pass, going middle, hit as he threw, caught. First down to the 32-yard line, pass caught by Jason Stackhouse, and Christensen's up to 94 yards. First and 10 at the 32, 4:57 and counting here in the first half. We've got a running touchdown by, well, now we got an offside penalty here. Free play for Christensen, and that pass is knocked down. I don't even think he saw Jay Bolt.
To me, when you have an opportunity, if someone jumps off sides, throw the ball downfield. The worst that can happen is interception because it's going to be called back because it's a 5-yard penalty. So just dinking it down. Just throw it down the field. Hopefully somebody catch it. Aaron Rodgers does that all the time.
We have 86 live viewers right now on Twitch. Let's get to 100, shall we? It would be the first time in SFL history that we got to 100 viewers at one time without being on the front page or without having some sort of major league announcement to talk about. Let's get those numbers into triple digits here. What a game we've had. If the second half is anything like the first half, we're going to have a photo finish. 10-7 Carolina on top of Tallahassee. Christensen's moved the Pride back into scoring position. And up the fullback, Connolly, and he's dragged down behind the line. Tackle by Campbell again. Campbell's been putting in good work as a non-contract linebacker. Up to 91 viewers. 2nd and 6 at the 28. 4:23 to go in the first half. 3 receivers for Tallahassee out of the eye. Handoff to Iniola. Iniola's been quiet here as of late. Picks up a few yards. Iniola 4 carries for 6 yards before that run.
I think what Tallahassee needs to do is stop passing the ball and start feeding the rock to your running back. Just keep giving them the ball. First down, second down, if it's 3rd and short, just keep running the ball. Seems like there's a lot more success there.
All about running the ball tonight. Duke Wilson's at the top of the screen. Ken Goss at bottom of the screen. Christensen's out of the gun on 3rd down and 2. In a spread out look. He's going to throw. And on 3rd and short, Christensen middle one-handed interception at the 15 and returned out to the 28-yard line. That's Eugene Barker, the non-contract safety, making the one-handed pick. They should have listened to you, Jermaine.
That's right. That's what happens. You don't listen to me, bad things happen to you.
Look at that play. Pass intended for Gossett. Second pick of the night for Christensen. He's 6 of 10, 77 yards, no touchdowns and 2 picks. This Carolina defense has been pretty stout. 3:40 left to go in the first half. The Skyhawks looking to build their lead. All receivers hand off to Francis. And Francis got his head taken off as Jeff Eaton makes the play.
And that was a good tackle because what happened was they kind of ran in a twist, and within that twist, Carolina ran a counter once more. And yeah, he got 3 yards, but of course Eaton laid the smack down.
In Who You Got this week, Carolina was predicted to win by a vote total of 70-39. Right now, Carolina's up 10-7. 3:06 to go in the first half. Biddix back to pass. Biddix short throw, nearly intercepted. And actually, that looked like a lineman that ended up playing defense on Michael Sprouse. Dangerous throw. We've seen that a couple of times out of Biddix.
Well, that was a good call for the defense. They ran a twist right, and he went to the side. It was almost as if they saw where the play was going, so the defensive line went twist right. The corners went to the right side, and they made the tackle.
3rd and 7, perfectly executed by Tallahassee. Ball at the 31-yard line, 3:02 to go in the first half. A dime look for the Pride, back to pass. Biddix goes short. Bond deflected it, and R.J. Manley had a chance at it, and that is the quickest we've seen Carolina's offense on and off the field. A good stand by Tallahassee after the turnover.
Yes, and now he's got to see if Tallahassee will take advantage of this and score on this drive.
So despite the efforts by Carolina and as well as they have played, Tallahassee can take the lead here on this next drive, despite the 2 turnovers from Christensen. Punt is away. Biddix now 5 of 9, 71 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. So he's starting to struggle just a hair. 1st and 10 at the 34 after the return from Stokes, and we get a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Christensen, pass caught. 1st down. And that's Trevor Swain up the middle to the Carolina 48-yard line. That was a low ball. Here's a great look at it.
That's right. He zeroed it in. I mean, he had 4 or 5 defenders around him, and boom, that's what you got to do, because right now Carolina's playing full force. They're coming at the quarterback, so the quarterback's going to have to be precise.
1st and 10 of the 48. Christensen's up to 95 yards passing, 7 of 11. But those couple of picks costly. Ken Gossett, 3 catches, 43 yards. Duke Wilson's got the 1 for 20 after dropping the touchdown. Handoff Miniola around the left side. And a lot of room there. And the tackle picked up by Kip Edwards for the first time tonight. That should drag us to the 2-minute warning. This is the SFL Network on Twitch TV. Second down, Tallahassee down 10-7 to the Skyhawks here in the first half. A sold out David A. Richardson. This team knows there's just something different about this year. This team feels is going to take them to higher places. That handoff to Connolly, and he hasn't gotten much since early in the first quarter and since that touchdown run. Now it's 3rd and 7. Tallahassee running no huddle. Press coverage at the line. Christensen back to pass. He's going long. Christensen's wide open. Duke Wilson, touchdown Tallahassee. There was nobody on him, and he wasn't dropping that one.
Looks like Carolina defense like blown coverage somewhere. I guess the safety dropped down and left Wilson wide open.
See if we can get there. I mean, there's just nobody. Nobody out there. That is terrible for Carolina, and that really, you know, in ways erases all the good that Carolina's done here in the first half.
Basically, he was wide open. He could have moonwalked in the end zone.
So the Pride will come out to attempt the extra point. Richard Douglas to take a 4-point lead, likely into halftime, but Carolina's still got 3 timeouts and a lot of time left here in the second quarter. So 14-10 Tallahassee. This is Jermaine Smith's first time ever as an analyst on a live broadcast. How's he doing out there?
He better be nice too. Ask your teams. Remember that.
Well, puts me in an interesting position. I'm just not going to say anything. From the 10-yard line on the return, strike won't reach the 30. up to the 29-yard line. Mighty RX says you sound awful. No, I'm just playing. He said you sound good.
Well, I know you're lying because I got the chat log right here in front of me.
Well, that's a shame. I was hoping to kind of carry on with a few more of them. 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks, 14-10. Tallahassee has taken their first lead of the day. Biddix, 3-step drop, fires it, caught, and dragging to the 48-yard line, a 19-yard pickup. That is Jalen Miller's first catch in a Skyhawk uniform. Dester, you've seen him in a Sioux Falls uniform over the last couple of years. He's been outstanding.
Oh, yes, he has with Sioux Falls. I mean, he was one of I think he was one of the 1-2 punch when it came to wide receivers. He was used to getting the ball all the time in Sioux Falls offense. So let's see what he does with Carolina.
3 in the backfield here, another tight set for the Skyhawks. 7 in the box and a 4-3 look. Hand off Francis. Francis breaks a tackle. Francis pushing forward to Anthony Wayo. Picks up 8. Francis too strong. 55 seconds and all 3 timeouts still for Carolina. Back to pass now on a screen. Biddix took a shot, paid for it. Has blockers, does Francis. Francis out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And the screen game has been a little wishy-washy at times tonight, but when it's worked, it has paid off for Carolina.
And not just the screen game itself, but also it's coming out of jumbo formations, particularly in the power I, and that's where they've had the most success with the swing pass, is out of the power I formation.
So Carolina does not have to burn the timeout. They still have all 3 in their pocket. Skyhawks trying to score one more time. This has been a terrific 2-minute offense. They're already in scoring position, and they haven't had to burn any timeouts. Trips off the left side. Defensive line shifts from left to right. Biddix's left to right. As Biddix drops back 5 steps, fires it outside. Didn't have enough mustard on that. Strike was the intended target. It looked like maybe Tallahassee got pressure in Biddix's face, took a little off that ball.
Well, that's what they have to do to be successful. They have to put pressure on this quarterback. If you do not, he'll tear you apart. If he doesn't throw on you, he's going to run all over you.
14-10, Tallahassee up on Carolina here in the nightcap of our 7-game Sunday slate. Again, 3 receivers to the left of Biddix. Biddix back to pass, going to hit Francis, and that was ugly. Loss of 4 will bring up 3rd down and 14, and this is where Carolina has struggled tonight on 3rd and long.
Now I understand the philosophy here. You want to spread the defense out with 3 receivers in the trips formation, but just keep doing what you're doing. You've been very successful with the jumbo packages, the power I, the F-Wings Joker. Just continue to do what you do to be successful.
3rd down and 14 at the 34-yard line. Now a single back look for Carolina. They need the 20 and cannot take a sack. Biddix going to fire it. Picked off. Can't do that either. Interception by R.J. Manley. And these non-contract players in the secondary all across the league this week have been outstanding.
It looks like they're trying to earn a contract, a spot in this team permanently.
I don't know where Biddix is looking, but there was nothing there. And Carolina has ended this first half with a thump. They cannot give up points here. Tallahassee's got all the momentum. .36 seconds to go. Christensen, deep drop back, fires long. Did he get? No, they said he was at it, but wow. Ken Gossett on the sideline ruled an incomplete pass. We honestly couldn't see his feet. See if they want to review this.
That's what I want to say. They should throw the flag, the red flag, and see if they want to, if it converted or not.
Well,
I would anyway.
It's inside 2 minutes, but I thought for sure we'd get a review from the booth, but didn't get one. That'd be a bad break there for Tallahassee. 2nd down and 10 at the 24. Christensen changing the play. Christensen in trouble. Goes down. Tallahassee brought everybody. I think they brought 6 on the play, and it lost 7 yards.
I'm telling you, it looks like you would think Carolina was a team that had the 4 star linemen. All the pressure putting on Christensen right now.
Phil Hall on the linebacker blitz got that last sack. Down to 10 seconds to go. Here's that press coverage look again. They got 5 on the line. That's all 11 players right here. This is what they gave up the touchdown on, as Christensen's pass is knocked away, so they don't give it up there. But Whatever that look is out of Carolina, I'd throw it out of the book. That's
It looks like either
Go ahead.
looks like either two-man or the two-bump formation, and they're coming out there and they're trying to jam them, and you're successful sometimes, but other times they throw the bomb over you, and that's it. Guarantee 6.
Well, they were successful on that play, and that ends the first half. Tallahassee 14, Carolina 10. The 2K Sports halftime report is right now. It's time to start the second half. Tallahassee 14, Carolina 10. The Pride get the ball to start the second half. Second half's underway. Black to the 6, out to the 25. So what's the key for each of these teams, Destro, in your mind, heading into the third and fourth quarters?
For Tallahassee, they've got to they have to run more. If you run the ball, get the defense to suck in, thinking you're going to run the ball, then you go with the play action pass or a deep ball down the field. For Carolina, until you're doing what you're doing, put pressure on the quarterback, and I think that'll be the way for them to win this game.
First and 10 of the 25 for Tallahassee. Back to pass Christensen against just a three-man rush, and wide open is Ken Gossett to the 49-yard line. 5 catches now for Gossett on the night. He had 4 for 42 yards at the break.
Looks like Gossett up for the post route, going up the field, cut to the left diagonally, made the catch. First down. I guess they don't want to listen to me. Forget running the ball. Forget you, Destro. We're going to pass the ball regardless.
That was definitely their MO last season, although they had Jay Calvin Kim, who was an explosive back. Haven't seen that explosivity out of Jay Iniola yet tonight. Just 6 carries, 12 yards. Back to pass Christensen, 5-man rush, and that pass incomplete. Again, the pressure by Carolina forced Christensen's hand. Christensen now 9 of 15.
Yeah, it looks like they're in man coverage, playing them real close, and they affected the ball. Second down.
10:22 to go in the third. 9 of 16 now for Christensen. Duke Wilson, 2 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. 5 catches, 66 yards for Gossett. And the Generics have 2 catches for 49 yards. Connolly, 7 carries, 19 yards. Siniola, 6 for 12. Here's another pass from Tallahassee. Another heavy blitz. And the pass is, oh, it's dropped again. They dropped another wide open touchdown. That was Trevor Swain as Carolina sold out and rushed everybody.
Man, if I was a coach, I'd take him out, I'd yank him out of the game, make him do 50 push-ups right there on the sideline with me sitting on top of him.
Man, this game, I mean, Carolina's got to be feeling pretty nervous now. This game could be 28-10 at this point. Carolina's caught a couple of big breaks. 2 wide open touchdown passes dropped, although to be fair, Carolina dropped one too. Christensen, another deep ball, caught! Duke Wilson, 25-20, 10, he gone! Touchdown, Tallahassee, they're up 10.
Now, didn't this happen the previous time when they dropped the ball and then the play right after, it was very successful?
Yeah.
And look what happened.
And it's Wilson
Crazy.
again redeeming his teammate for the dropped interception. And Tallahassee's up 10, and Christensen is starting to catch fire. And what an amazing achievement there by Tallahassee. They give up the touchdown on the opening drive, and they've not given up a touchdown since.
I do know Carolina need to stop having their defenders moving up front and try to jam them. Need to move back a little bit. Not every play you need to go up front. Move back a little bit so you won't get burnt deep.
Nice snap. The kick is good. 21-10. 10:09 to go in the third. See what Mark Biddix and the offense can do. This is the first time in Skyhawk history that owner James Klein is serving as offensive coordinator. So this is a look at his offense, which looked very good in the first quarter. He's struggled to get production out of his squad in the second and third. And we also haven't seen in the second and third Mark Biddix scrambling either. Tallahassee's shut that down. So on the return is Mark Strike from the 12. Strike past the 25, made a few people miss. Out to the 31-yard line, nice return. A reset on our stats from the first half for Carolina. Mark Biddix, 8 of 14, 100 yards, but had 2 picks and no touchdowns. Jalen Miller had the 1 catch for 19 yards. Tristan Diaz did not catch a pass. Mark Strike 1 catch for -1 yards. AJ Francis had 16 carries for 105 yards and also caught 5 passes for 62 yards. Fats Johnson has 2 tackles for loss. Norwood's got a sack and Vaughn's got a pick. That pass is dropped. Unbelievable. The receiver, Terry Savert, that's the tight end who was all alone on the outside. Great read by Biddix. It is drop city here tonight on Fan Night.
Well, it looks like they get some stickum or something, like the old Raiders from back in the day.
Man, Carolina really needed that one. That was a nice look from Biddix. Now they'll go just Francis in the backfield, and everyone's on the line of scrimmage. Hand off right up the middle to Francis, and that was not going anywhere. That's another tackle for Johnson. 92 yards for Francis on the ground, actually. We thought he had a little bit more than that. 3rd and 11 coming up. Another 3rd and long for Carolina.
Well, it looks like they stopped that run. That's what they need to do on this time, too. Looks like they're going to pass the ball. But, yeah, continue to stop that run, those counters in particular.
Here's some press coverage from Tallahassee. 4 down linemen in a dime look. Biddix out of the gun, back to pass, and Biddix in trouble. Hit as he threw, and the pass was almost intercepted by Stokes, but he almost tipped it right to Strike, who would have had a lot of room to run. And right now, Carolina is in free fall here. They've got nothing going offensively their last 3 drives.
And the reason why, part of it mostly, is because that defensive line. They're now putting pressure on that quarterback, and they're forcing the quarterback to make off-foot throws, and that's what happened, an incomplete pass. So the defense now is doing their job like they're supposed to do.
You think the defensive line, Jermaine, is sort of a war of attrition? Does a great defensive line start to get better against less talented offensive line the more the game goes along?
Well, pretty much. This is equivalent of a running on offense to where the running back is running, and then the defensive line, they start to wear down a little bit, and so then the running back will take off and gain most of his yardage, like Emmitt Smith used to do back in the day. But in this case, it looks like Tallahassee, their defense is warming up, and they're starting to shut this offense down.
This is SFL Fan Night. You can vote for the Week 2 Fan Night Game of the Week starting tomorrow on Discord. Hand off to Connolly, and Connolly picks up 2 yards. Well, for what it's worth, Connolly, I'm sure, not expected to bust out 80-yard runs, but every time pretty much he gets the ball, he's getting a couple yards and keeping Tallahassee ahead of the sticks.
Well, a fullback's job is not for him to get a bunch of yardage. Him is make the quick, 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, or 4th and inches. That's his role, and also to block as well for the for the running back. Excuse me.
Second 8:37 counter, right side Iniola, and I think Iniola was trying to figure out what running lane he wanted to get into as Larry Bear makes the stop. Trevette Tobe, the free safety, was lying on the ground and almost covering up that running lane. 3rd and 6. 8.5 to go in the third. 3 receivers. This is a big stop for Carolina. They need some momentum here. They're going to run it on 3rd and 6, and Connolly running back around. It can't make the play, and that's Christopher Colon making the stop, the star defensive tackle, and Carolina's defense gets a big stand. 4th and 5. Strike back to return the punt. This is the 10th meeting all time between Tallahassee and Carolina. They met once in the playoffs. Tallahassee's won 7 of those 9, and Carolina almost got the block. 7:50 to go in the third and counting from the 23. One-man miss. Strike up to the 26. Decent field position for Carolina. You almost kind of think, Jermaine, that this offense needs to string a couple of few first downs together. This defense looks like they may be getting worn out just a little bit.
Well, like I said, what they need to do is go back, just run the ball a little bit. Go F-Wings Joker, run to the left side. That's where their weakness was earlier. Run to the left side with those off-tackle plays. This is a good play right here by spreading them out. We'll see what happens.
4 receivers. Biddick's going to throw. Biddick's out to Francis. Francis got a block. Francis, first down. Down the sideline, stepped out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So this time they spread out Tallahassee, and they hit Francis down the field. That's his 6th catch. He's approaching 100 receiving yards.
Exactly. They ran out of that quad formation. Or I'm sorry, trips formation. Looks like the ace trips. Spread them out. Wanted to swing pass to the number 21 to the outside. First down.
7:42 left in the third. Surprised Francis did not step out of bounds there. 6 catches, 73 yards, 165 all-purpose yards in the first half in this game now for Francis. Back to pass again. They're looking Francis' way. Francis in trouble, but got away. Francis picked up quickly after that. That tackle made by Jamal Carroll. And I'm with you, Destro. I'm surprised they've gone away from the tight sets. We haven't seen them all this second half.
Well, the previous drive, they were shut down. They was running counters, and the defensive line was able to have penetration and stop their running game. So I guess they were trying to do something different. But now they're going back to that, which is a good thing for them.
Good point, 2nd and 7, handoff Francis, right up the gut, attacking the teeth of the Pride D, picks up 5. That tackle made by Danny Atkins, the outside linebacker. Francis now officially over 100 yards on his 19th carry. 3rd and short.
3rd and 2.
You want to run here?
3rd and short. They're in shotgun, so I wouldn't. Hope they don't run a draw. Please don't.
Shotgun split backs out of the nickel for Tallahassee with against 3 receivers. Back to pass. Biddick dumps it short to the tight end, trying to get to the sticks, and he won't. That was well read by Tallahassee as Sam Scott sort of just kind of leaked on that offensive line and hung around, but Tallahassee was ready for it on 4th and 1. The offense is still out there for the Skyhawks. Go for it here, Destro? I think so. Need some momentum.
I'll say, yep, go for it. Go to the left-hand side.
15 seconds on the play clock. It looks like Biddick's trying to hard count them. They got 7 tied up on the line. Carolina might not like the look Tallahassee's giving them. Linebackers are shifting. Nobody's jumping. And the Skyhawks will burn a timeout. So they're going to keep a conservative trust on their defense. The good thing is, though, the offense did pick up a first down and took 6 or 7 plays on that drive to give their defense a break.
And on that previous play, like number 13, if I saw correctly, he was open, ready to go right there, and he could have made the first down, but he decided to check down and throw elsewhere.
It would have been strike. I thought there for a minute. I thought that Scott was going to get the first down, a clever play, but Tallahassee, if they would have dropped everybody back further, that would have easily been a first down. We have not seen Biddick scramble since the first quarter. From the 14-yard line, no room whatsoever for Tallahassee. That's Stokes on the return. The Pride are going to start deep in their own territory at the 16-yard line. And right now, Carolina is hanging on by a thread from this game getting out of hand.
Well, yeah, let's go back to basics. Just go back to the basics, run the ball out of the jumbo formations, and then they'll be successful. The problem is that they're not mixing it up a little bit, and that's why you're allowing Tallahassee to continue on and scoring down this field.
Christensen is 10 of 18 for 232 yards, and he's going long again, and it's almost picked. Boy, and that should have been picked. Gossett targeted for the 7th time. That was Pierre Luyindula with the deflection, and Ulundula saves another long pass play for the Pride.
Yeah, that was a great play, a great deflection. He almost got the pick, but once again, he's got to make those catches. You got to do something to turn this game around, to put your offense back on the field.
4 receivers for Christensen, 4 look for Carolina. They drop everybody but the 4 down linemen. Deep ball down the field, way overshot Duke Wilson. Christensen now just 10 of 20, but the ones he's connected on have been big ones. And some of the drops or some of the incompletions are definitely not his fault.
Yeah, I don't know. He needs to talk to receivers, pull them in a huddle, their face masks, get into their behinds, get into their minds, say, look, get your act together.
3rd and 10 at the 16. 4 receiver look again for Christensen. Another big 3rd down. This could flip field position dramatically for the Skyhawks down 2 scores. Back to pass. Big number 13. That's just a dump off, a safe play. Christensen did not want to throw his 3rd pick. Nobody was open. Iniola makes the catch, but that'll force another punt, and both defenses have played strong here in the 3rd quarter. They're unleashing dragons in the chat. Jermaine, I don't know if you saw that. I don't know why, but I thought of you as soon as I saw it.
I don't know what they mean by that. I should charge for copyright infringement for mentioning dragons in the chat log. You know about that money.
Mark Strike on the return. 5:07 to go. Carolina's going to get this at midfield. So the Skyhawks, who were up 10-7, have not scored in now a quarter and a half. Tallahassee's gotten a couple touchdowns. Could have had a couple more. This game, honestly, could be 35-14. Although, actually, it'd be 28-14. The Pride got one off of one of those drops. Francis going the wrong way. North and south, man. Not east and west. Danny Atkins with his 3rd tackle.
Yeah, he's a big power back. You can't, none of that east-west stuff. You got to take the ball and just run forward. North, not even south, just straight north. Continue to go forward.
I'm surprised that Francis didn't see the hole there. It looked like he had a better hole right in front of him. 2nd down and 12, back to pass, 3-step drop. Biddick throws it short. Diving catch is made by Diaz. That's his first catch. The 1-bar face mask man. 3rd and 7, which is a little better than the 3rd and longs they've been in.
Exactly, but 3rd and 7, they need to be more manageable though. So it's got to be 3rd and 2 to be, to convert on the 1st down. But we'll see what happens.
3rd down. Carolina's seen a lot of these and have not converted many of them recently. 3 wide receivers. Biddick. Biddick steps up in the pocket, fires it short, complete, 1st down. Diaz has his 2nd consecutive catch, and he is the man on this drive so far to the Pride 37-yard line.
And that was that same play that they ran on third down to where they convert. He threw it down. He did a check down. Had he converted that last time, he probably would have scored on that last play, on the previous drive, excuse me.
Biddick against 4-down lineman, nickel look Tallahassee. Francis in the backfield. Biddick's 3-step drop. Sidearm throw, got hit as he threw, and that's dropped. Unreal. The amount of drops we've seen tonight, that was Jalen Miller, who's really struggling in his Skyhawk debut.
Yeah, I understand that it's the first game of the season, but it's thoroughly ridiculous and it's totally unacceptable.
12 of 21 now for Biddick. 136 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. The 2 runs for 14 yards and a touchdown. Out of the eye, 2nd and 10. Carolina can't afford another third and long situation. I don't think they've converted one of those all night. Biddick's three-step drop again, throws it short. That was going to be a pick six. Oh, they had it. Tallahassee's R.J. Manley nearly did it again, and that would have been the nail.
Yeah, all he had to do was make the catch. He would have took off, guaranteed touchdown. But unfortunately, he didn't catch it, so it's going to be third down.
He read that perfectly.
He sure did.
So now 3rd and 10 for Carolina. 3:35 to go. If I'm the Skyhawks with my offense struggling like they are, get something to get 6 or 7 yards, get in field goal range, make this a one-score game at least. Biddick's straight back, hit as he threw, and that ball looked like a ball that was kicked by a kicker. End over end, wobbly throw as Norwood supplied the pressure, and instead of getting a few yards to get into field goal range, Carolina gets none.
See, the problem is, Cam, he had a 3-step drop. He shouldn't have done that, not with 4 defensive linemen facing in front of you. He should have did a 5-step drop, made the read, and made the throw.
Norwood supplied the pressure, and Carolina is now hoping to play the field position game. That's their best bet to get back into it. This punt will hop at the 5. Got a man down there. Oh, he couldn't stop his momentum. He caught it behind his back, Jermaine, and almost held it out of the end zone.
Yeah, but, you know, he almost had it, but catch. I mean, I'm sorry, you got to make the catch to keep the ball in within the 5-yard lines. That's what your job is to do. Is you got to keep it within the 5 yards to give your defense a better chance of getting a safety.
16 carries, 36 yards combined for the Tallahassee rushing game, and Christensen has been doing his thing. Christensen all day to throw. Pass is nearly intercepted. Boy, jumping that route was Bolt. Bolt taking over for his namesake, Giovanni Bolt, who left this game with that injury. Let's not forget the strong safety. Carolina down a man on defense, and that could also be contributing to the Skyhawks' struggles in the passing game.
And see, that was a perfect time to take off running. That's what he should have done. The defense dropped back in coverage. The quarterback should have took off, and it would have been a guaranteed 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, they're basically not respecting the run at all at this point, as they're dropping everybody again except 4. Pass is caught, and it's trying to get to the first down line. He will not. 3rd down and 1. Kendrick Jefferson with his first catch of the night. 3 minutes left.
What I would do right now, I would do a play action. Granted, it's 3rd and 1. Oh, they're going to go on shotgun. Never mind.
They may run a play action out of here. 4 receivers. Christensen going to throw. Christensen going long down the middle of the field. Caught by Wilson. Beat the defender 30. Duke Wilson. Touchdown Tallahassee. They've blown the game open with the pride. Down a man on defense. Defending him was Greg Reedy, the star corner. But Wilson, oh man, Reedy just gave up too much room inside there, Jermaine.
Once I said earlier, a few minutes ago, is that they're coming up front. They need to drop back a little bit. They did the previous play, but in that particular play, they will move forward, and therefore they got burnt downfield.
So 2:41 left in the third. Still a lot of time left, but Carolina's now in big trouble, and they have been beaten by the big passing game of Christensen. Now 315 yards, and Duke Wilson has 188 yards in his debut for 4 catches and 2 touchdowns, and he could have had a third if not for the earlier drop. 28-10. Tallahassee's up 18. They're on SFL Fan Night on Twitch TV, and Carolina needs something to stop the bleeding.
Well, you heard about Ultimus Klein's performance today. He's like, man, I'm going to show this guy what time it is. Let me get on this field and rack up these yardage, and I'll be the player of the day today.
So the Pride kick it away. May look back at the film. That injury may have been a big factor here as Mark Strike returns up to the 30-yard line. Carolina, you just can feel it in this stadium, Dester. I think Carolina needs points. They just got to just something, some sort of momentum, because this place is dead right now.
Yeah, they're very quiet right now. probably halfway home at the moment.
1st and 10 at the 30, out of the eye. Carolina got off to such a promising start tonight, but Tallahassee has flexed their muscles in the passing game. On a counter, Norwood takes them out for a loss of 3, and this Tallahassee defensive line is feasting.
And see, now they've woken up. They realize that Carolina's bread and butter is not only those jumbo packages, but also running those counters, those counter trays. So the defense has learned that, okay, we're going to stop this, shut it down. As you can see, they've shut it down, and their offense has taken over and scored.
And they put Carolina out of position, out of what they want to do most here, as Biddix against a late blitz, fires it up the middle of the field. That's where the blitz came from, and it's a first down to the 44. You know what they always say, Jermaine, you throw where the blitz came from. That's Alan Powers, the fullback.
Yeah, that's right. He took advantage of it. He saw them coming in. The defensive line came in. The linebackers came in, left the middle wide open, and he just dumped it right to the fullback.
Yeah, not often you see the fullback catching a pass for a good 15 yards. He was all alone. 14 yards officially up to the 44-yard line for Carolina near midfield. Biddix now 13 of 24, 153 yards. Back to pass, 5-step drop. Oh, he got speared. Francis with the catch, but Biddix got absolutely nailed by Tyquan Hale.
Man, he's lucky he's not going to the hospital right now. He got laid out like a pancake, like old King Kong Bundy style belly flop or something.
Skyhawks going to be feeling it in the ice bath tonight, win or lose. Definitely in a loss. The ACC, I believe, is at the top of the screen. 3 in the backfield and 7 in the box. Biddix wants to change the play. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw it far side here. There's not much out there. They're going to hand off to Francis. Going to go up the gut. Going to get the first down. That's fine. Anything to keep Tallahassee's offense off the field.
Well, it's fine what they're doing right now, but they have to be mindful that it's the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter's coming. They're down by 18 points. They're going to have to get away from this run and start passing the ball downfield to play catch-up.
They definitely need some points here, and the passing game has favored Tallahassee tonight, not Carolina. 1st and 10 at the 45. Biddix to pass. Has Francis, but not much. The blocker couldn't get out in time. The speed of the corner out there, Michael Sprouse, makes the stop. We've seen Sprouse a few times out in the flats make some nice tackles.
So he's out there playing that zone. They've been running swing passes all, constantly throughout the game. So now the defense is learning that, and they're just waiting for it. Throws out there in the pass, swing pass, and he makes a tackle.
2nd and 9 to the 43. Final play of the third quarter. Down to 2 seconds. Biddix going to throw again. Biddix out to Francis. Francis has one blocker. Got 4 yards to set up a manageable 3rd down and 5. But here Carolina is again just outside of field goal range. They had a drive stall at the Tallahassee 40 earlier tonight, and that is the end of the third quarter of play. You're listening and watching SFL Fan Night on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Well, we take a quick sneak peek look at week 2 coming up. We've got Mexico City at Carolina, Oklahoma City, Sioux Falls, Tulsa, Chicago, Alaska, Houston. We'll take a look at some more matchups after this play here. 3rd down and 5. Biddix all day for the first time, and the pass is dropped. He had it. Unbelievable. Jalen Miller again. That would have been a first down, a perfect pass from Biddix, and Carolina's going to be kicking themselves when they watch film tomorrow.
You keep dropping these passes, they're going to be sitting down on the sidelines and having the players out there playing instead. It seems like Derby wants to make the catches tonight.
Oh, man, that is just killer. Jalen Miller's got a couple of drops and just one catch tonight for 19 yards. Man, both teams have caught breaks tonight with the drops. Deep kick, fair catch called for at the 11, so at least Tallahassee's pinned back, but Carolina's just had no offense here in this second half. So back to the week 2 slate here. San Francisco at San Antonio, Vancouver, London, Dallas, Queen City, Atlanta, Tallahassee, St. Louis, Indianapolis. What are you looking forward to most on that slate, Destro?
I want to look at Mexico City. I want to see them bounce back. They lost in the game opener on Thursday night. to Queen City. And I don't see how they bounce back. Hopefully they don't go 0-2.
Christensen all day to throw. Picks up the first down of the 24, and Wilson now has 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is making Optimus Klein look like chump change out here.
I told you. He saw that man's stats today. He's like, nah, I'm gonna show him what time it is. I'm on this field and I'm gonna score. I'm gonna make these catches. I'm gonna become the player of the day today. Excuse me.
Wilson, the second receiver this week to cross the 200-yard mark, and he's doing it in his rookie season. And Carolina, who got pressure on Christensen in the first half, has not gotten much on him in the second as Tallahassee's adjusted. 10:15 to go in the fourth. Christensen back to pass. Christensen again all day against a 4-man rush, and that pass is caught by Wilson, and the defender fell over. Wilson to the 36-yard line. Carolina, a comedy of errors here in the second half.
It looks like the defensive line for Carolina just tired because Christensen has all day long to sit back, let's see who's open, and make the pass and throw the pass and make the catch.
Linebacker in coverage, and you can't fall over. One thing you can't do is fall over.
Well, maybe he got his ankles broke. That's why he fell over.
First and 10, 9:55 to go. Carolina needs to at least hold to a field goal. Tallahassee has dominated the second half. 3 receivers off the left. Handoff counter. Eniola, first run we've seen in quite some time. Picks up 2. Hall in there on the stop. $367 yards and 3 touchdowns. He started the game 10 of 20 with a couple of picks, and since he was 10 of 20, he's 5 of 6. Handoff, Eniola. Was that Connolly? No, Eniola with the carry. 3rd and 5 coming up at the 30. This is a critical stop for Carolina.
It sure is, and I think for Tallahassee, they're going to try to squeak out of here with a victory. They're going to just do a quick little out route, hopefully they can convert, so they can stay on the field and kill more clock.
Spread them out. 4 receivers. Christensen in the gun on 3rd down and 5. Low snap. Christensen all day. Pass middle. Caught. First down. Gossett to the 26-yard line. Tackle made by Jay Bolt, an outside linebacker, but Tallahassee's pass game has been outstanding.
As I said, they converted 3rd down. They're going to continue to kill the clock. They're going to run the ball two or three times and then make quick little routes, make the pass, and convert on 1st down. Hopefully they'll score.
Statman Andy Hamilton reminding us that Johnny English was lost in the first game of last season's Carolina team. That pass is incomplete. Nice hit. Saved a touchdown. Turner was the intended receiver. So Carolina's lost 2 stars in the last 2 season openers. They've just been unlucky with the injury bug. Christensen now 16 of 28. Wilson 6 catches, 240 yards receiving. And I never thought I'd see the day that we'd see what likely will be 2 250-yard receivers in the span of about 4 hours. 2nd and 10. Carolina, whatever they do, they cannot give up a touchdown here, or you can stick a fork in them. Need to keep this a 3-score game. Still plenty of time. 8:16 to play. 4 receiver look. Here's that press coverage again. Christensen gonna be sacked. Finally, they get some pressure up front. And supplying the hit was Ron Goss at defensive tackle.
Yeah, they put that pressure on the guy, and it worked this time. But once again, if they run it again on this coming up, the 3rd down, they're going to get beat downfield. I guarantee you.
Well, I don't blame. You know what Carolina's trying to do here is they're trying to knock Tallahassee out of field goal range with that pressure. And it worked on that play. They're now up at the 31-yard line. Here it is again. You called it, James. They are going heavy risk again. No deep safety, Carolina. Back to pass, Christensen. Christensen's got time. Pass is knocked up in the air and could have been intercepted. Well played by Carolina. I tell you what, they are confusing Tallahassee, even though sometimes they've confused themselves tonight. Does force a long field goal with a non-contract kicker, Richard Douglas.
He's lucky the receiver on the left side didn't run a fade route. Had he ran a fade route down the field, that would have guaranteed 6, but he ran a slant, and therefore he threw the ball right in the middle of coverage, and therefore He didn't make the catch.
Football's all about risks. 48-yard field goal for Tallahassee to go up 3 touchdowns. A miss could be the momentum Carolina's looking for. Snap good, hold good. Kick is on the way and got it just barely over the bar. Douglas rather celebrating 31-10, but Carolina not out of it, but they need to go do some serious work.
I understand he's celebrating that he made the field goal, but come on, man. It's the first game of the season, not the Super Bowl.
7:38 left in the fourth. Pride up 21. They have scored 24 unanswered points here on the SFL Network, presented by APM Music. SFL Fan Night, the fan-voted game into primetime week 1. Well, Tallahassee's up 21. If Alaska and Vancouver, who were 1 vote behind, would have been in primetime, it would have been even worse, as Alaska's offense was out of control today. Vancouver, of course, not really expecting to see that out of Alaska, it being week 1 and not having any film. Be interesting to see what Houston does against Alaska next week. They're the next team up for the Storm. 31-10, 7:34 to go in the fourth. The handoff goes to Francis, and Johnson makes the stop. Francis now just a little bit over 4 yards a carry, but this defensive line has been eating him alive in the second half.
Yeah, as you said, he stepped it up in the second half. They're shutting him down. And Carolina, with 7 minutes left, they have got to spread this defense out and start throwing the ball downfield.
2nd and 13. 4-3 look. Carolina behind the sticks. Not the way they wanted to start this drive. Going to hand it off again. Francis got hit by Bond as Tallahassee brought the safety into the box. 3rd and long.
The reason why they brought the safety down there because they're predictable. They're running pretty much the same plays, the counters, out of the jumbo packages or out of the I formation. And Carolina, what they need to do is spread them out. Want some quad formations. Good. They listen to me.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Biddix. Biddix out of the gun, back to pass. 5-man pressure, and Biddix pass is caught on the sideline. Great grab. Was that Miller? Yes, Jalen Miller finally with a catch to the 38-yard line. Let's get a better look. I think he chopped his feet.
Yep, he got the catch. 2 feet in where the toes are in. First down.
Just needed the 1 on the sideline. 1st and 10 at the 38. No challenge from Tallahassee. That's a good ball to Jalen Miller. His 2nd catch. Mark Biddix now 17-29 for $180. 6:23 and counting. Carolina needs to move. To score in the next minute and a half. As Francis takes a handoff, picks up 4. I understand you're trying to keep Tallahassee's defense on their toes, but I think at this point, Destro, it's time to just throw every down.
Well, yes, exactly. You're down by 3 scores, 3 touchdowns, and you have to score to throw the ball down the field. That's just it. This jumbo package is not going to work, no matter how many yards you get.
They have worked in the first half, not working here in the second. Formation. Biddix looking for Francis. It was closed up. Biddix going to take off and run. Biddix makes a man miss. What a play from Mark Biddix to pick up the first down after Tallahassee ate the screen.
Hey, no one was open downfield, so he took the ball and just ran it. Did a little spin move at the end, and now we got a first down. So let's see what they can do now.
5.5 to go. That was amazing for Mark Biddix. That's his 3rd carry tonight. Now for, I think, about 21 yards, averaging 7 yards a carry. 1st and 10 at the 49. Carolina going to hand it off again to Francis. That's stunning. That's 4 straight run plays, including the quarterback keep.
Well, they're killing the clock right now. The clock's not their friend. Once more, they're down by 3 scores. They have to throw the ball downfield, make some out routes where they can stop the clock. They can conserve their timeouts for later on, but they must throw the ball downfield.
4-3 look. Tallahassee, 4:50 to go in the fourth. Biddix, 3-step drop, back to pass, short slant caught. First down to the 32-yard line, no huddle. That's Jalen Miller again. He's got 2 catches on this drive. That's more than he had all night. 4:38 and counting. Biddix goes under center, back to pass again. Biddix finds Francis all alone. A.J. Francis looking a little gassed, picks up just 3. Clock moving, 4:26 left. Tallahassee, 4-3 look. Biddix, three-step drop, needs to get rid of it. Hit as he threw, and I think they're going to get interference down the field as DAC looked like he got tripped up on the route.
Yeah, exactly. He got tripped on the route. It's going to be pass interference most likely.
Number 25.
That should be a spot foul, and it is at the 17-yard line. So Carolina has moved to the red zone. They call it on the very active tonight, Michael Sprouse. Really his first negative play of the night. That was a tight window for Biddix, and I think without the interference, that might have been a catch.
Yeah, most likely. And the great thing about it is not only to get the first down because of spot foul, but also the clock is stopped.
4:19 to go. Costly penalty there. If Carolina can score on this next play, they give themselves a legit shot. 4 receivers. Biddix out of the gun. They bring a blitz from the right side. Throw to the left. That pass caught for a 4-yard gain at the 13. Tallahassee mixing it up. DAC Sace picks up another reception and did get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Now it's a great call. You can serve in your timeouts, do a little quick little out route to the left-hand side, make the catch, went out of bounds.
Biddix 20 of 32 for 200 yards. Carolina has 2 timeouts. Tallahassee has 3. 2 backs and 2 receivers. You're not going to score. You might as well stop the clock. Biddix, the pass, needs to get rid of it. Did. Inside the 10, down to the 5, stop the clock at the 4. That's another first down. That's Scott with the reception. And Biddix just barely got that away now for the 3rd pass in a row. So 4:10 to go in the 4th. Carolina, finally a bit of a sense of urgency. They didn't have it at the start of the drive. They've certainly had it at the finish. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. And back to pass is Biddix. He's got to dump it off to Francis. Francis had 1 man to beat. He couldn't beat it. That was a terrible play. Biddix couldn't take off and run that time because there was pressure in his face. Clock is ticking. 3:56 to go. Biddix back to pass. Biddix looking. Oh, it's picked off in the end zone. And it's ruled down at the goal line, but Alex Bond takes it away from Scott, and that is so deflating.
There it goes, Alex Bond. He made the play, made the interception, and unfortunately should have stayed right in the end zone, so now they're going to be right at the goal line.
Pass was a little early as Tallahassee was bringing some more pressure. Carolina needs a safety to get the ball back. Unbelievable play by Alex Bond. In the end zone, handoff, Iniola. Got to the 2 and keeps the clock moving. Wow.
Yeah, that's a little risky running a counter inside it, back of your own end zone, something like that. You got to hand off to that fullback that they have. That's what they utilized them for.
Tell you what, a night of missed opportunities for Carolina. When Tallahassee missed opportunities, they got big plays almost immediately after it. But Carolina had the ball at the 40 earlier in this half, couldn't come away with any points. They had the ball at the 4-yard line, couldn't come away with any points. They dropped a long ball down the field that would have gotten them points there as well. That run picks up 2. Iniola keeping the clock moving. 3rd and 6 from the 4.
For Tallahassee, it'd be a smart move. Just go ahead and just run the ball with your fullback or your halfback, get 2 or 3 yards, just punt the ball away and see what Carolina can do with it.
So Tallahassee next week will host the Atlanta Swarm, who got a big win today. That's going to be a hot game to look at. Carolina going to host Mexico City, and neither team wants to go 0-2. Wouldn't that be something if the Skyhawks were the ones to send the defending champs to 0-2. 3rd down and 6 from the 4. Out of the eye, handoff, Iniola, and he's stuffed up. Carolina only has 2 timeouts. They're going to save them all. Phil Hall picks up his 9th tackle. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, and now Carolina needs really a handful of miracles.
Yeah, they're going to have to start running those jumbo packages, start running some quads, whoever's in their playbook, so we can utilize 3 or 4 receivers, spread his defense out, and just keep throwing the ball down the field, make some out routes, do what you need to do to stop this clock to where you at least have a chance to get back in this game.
That's the 2-minute warning. This is SFL Fan Night on the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. So Tallahassee going to be punting out of their own end zone. Carolina would love a block here. Carolina coming after it. Can't get to him. Diving at the feet. Punt pretty good from the 40. Strike got a block momentarily up to the 36-yard line. So Carolina's got to score 3 times, recover 2 onside kicks. We have seen 2 onside kicks recovered in the same game in the past. You never know what the SFL teams have up their sleeve, but this it's kind of hard to believe. Carolina opening drive touchdown. They looked incredible on that opening drive, and then the bottom fell out and they just couldn't do much. Tallahassee weathered the storm here on the road. Impressive victory. Back to pass Biddix. Biddix middle, caught, first down, and Miller escaped some pressure down to the 21-yard line, no huddle. Biddix out of the gun. Miller, big receiver. Bottom of the screen, back to pass. Biddix going end zone. Caught by Miller. Oh, he dropped it. Jalen Miller dropped it again. That's his 3rd drop. This has got to be the worst game of his career. I cannot believe what I'm watching.
I'm telling you, if it wasn't, lucky he's at a home game, because make him walk back to the dressing room or something, because it's ridiculous. These drops, you can't. When you're a star player, your team relies on you. You have to make those catches. That was a guaranteed touchdown.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line. Biddix 23 of 37. 5 of those 14 incompletions have been drops easily. There's Miller again. Picks up 4, stops the clock with 1:31 to go. I mean, Jalen Miller has been a stud. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver every time he hits the floor. You look at his frame. He's huge, and he just has not had the hands tonight. You better believe he's going to be working on that this week.
Yeah, maybe he's not focused or something. Who knows?
4 receivers for Biddix. Still 1:31 to go, and Carolina holding on to a shrivel of hope here. Biddix outside. Oh my gosh, they dropped another one. Wow, I'm speechless.
They can't catch a cold tonight, basically.
That is just simply frustrating for the Skyhawks. That would have been probably a first down. It looked like he was going to be able to turn the corner. This is it, 4th down. Man, Carolina going to be working on their hands this week. That's for sure. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Biddix, the pass to keep the game alive. Caught, looking for the corner. Got it. Nice effort at the top of the screen there by D.A.C. Sace to keep the game alive. 1st and goal with the 10 clock running. Biddix to pass. Biddix in trouble, goes down. Sacked in the backfield by Taquan Hale. A loss of 10 on the play.
That's that lineman coming after him. There they come.
Here comes Biddix with more pressure. And Francis stepped out of bounds and lost another yard. Oh, my.
Well, at least he stopped the clock for him. That's the positive thing of it. If there is a positive such thing of it.
Man, Tallahassee's D-line feasting. And we've seen Tallahassee and Atlanta blow each other's offense up in the past. That game's going to be fun to watch with those 2 incredible defenses. 4 receivers for Biddix. Biddix with 57 seconds left dumps it off to Francis. He can't even get out of bounds, and Tallahassee's going to burn one of their 2 remaining timeouts. 4th and goal from the 20.
You can't run that play having a back come out of the backfield like that. You're down 3 scores, and you have 54 seconds left. You got to throw the ball in the end zone.
Oh, boy. Carolina's going to shake this off. They definitely showed a ton of bright spots in the first half. They really have not come out to play in the second half. Tallahassee proving they're going to be a force. This is a screen from 20 yards away to Francis. And Francis got absolutely nailed. That's the exclamation point for Tallahassee. Ball game.
Exactly, that is ball game. Once again, this is it. It's 4th down. You got to throw the ball for grabs. You're better off getting an interception in the end zone versus throwing it on the side like that. he's a power back. He's not that elusive to where he can avoid people and get the touchdown.
Carolina, a little bit too much swing game tonight. Tallahassee gave up some, 15 catches for 99 yards for Francis, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter because Biddix could not get his receivers going. Strike had 1 catch tonight. The AC Sace had 3. Miller had 5 for 66, but all in that box score will be a ton of drops. Just disappointing for Carolina after they showed so much promise early on. But they got a lot to build on. Mark Biddix looked strong. This defensive front at times looked like they were playing well. They're going to have to figure things out real quick with the defending champs coming to their house tomorrow or next week.
I just think the receivers need to work on their hands. Maybe be like that movie, The Program. Had the guy carry the football everywhere they went, to the gas station, the grocery store, to church, whatever. Hold on to that ball because come next week, they're going to have to make these catches. If not, it's going to be the same result.
Where would Carolina be tonight without the drops? It's an interesting question. 3rd down and 13. One more kneel down needed for Tallahassee, and the Pride are going to get their 8th win over their rival. The backups are going to get a carry, and that was actually Connolly getting one last carry of the night, and that is all she wrote here on the SFL's Fan Night on Twitch TV. And we'll get your final thoughts, Destro, on this ball game, this matchup, and what we saw here tonight. Go ahead, Destro.
It's a tale of two tapes. Carolina came out at the very beginning, scored on 2 or 3 plays. They were shutting down Tallahassee. You would have thought they had a defensive line, the star lineman. But then Tallahassee, second half, they came out. They realized what Carolina was about to be. They shut down those counters. They shut down those jumbo packages. And then it was a wrap from that point for Carolina.
Carolina lost their safety, Giovanni Bolt, in the first half. Proved that they needed him in the second half. Duke Wilson had the drop touchdown early, and it was a silly, egregious drop. But he made up for it later on throughout the night. His final numbers were 241 yards on 6 catches, 2 touchdowns. Conley, the fullback, had 28 yards and a score. Francis, 104 yards on the ground. Phil Hall, Sprouse, each had 10 tackles each, but it was all Tallahassee in the second half. Final score, Tallahassee 31, Carolina 10. That was the play of the game right there. Alex Bond with the pick. Jermaine, thanks for joining me tonight. I'd say you did pretty well in your debut.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. I was a little nervous at first, still am to a certain extent, but there's a little bit more practice. I hope you invite me back to do one more game or 2 more games in the future. I'd really appreciate it if you do. If not, that's okay. I'm just glad I had the opportunity today, and hopefully I can be a lot better going forward.
Player of the game, Duke Wilson, 6 catches, 241 yards, 3 touchdowns. This has been a special presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. I am SFL Commissioner, lead play-by-play man Cameron Irvine, saying we hope you enjoyed your 7 games of SFL action today. It was a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, Curtis and Fletch have the call from San Francisco. For now, good night, everybody.